Today's Market Facts Friday. Let's talk about Kailua on Oahu. So Kailua is fundamentally a strong market. We know that single-family homes here typically retain their value pretty well. But quarter over quarter, we're seeing a downturn a little bit in the single-family home market. So we're down about 5%, just a little bit more than 5%. We're also seeing a slight downturn with the condo market. Now the condo market in Kailua is something that we need to be aware of, and we want to watch that closely because condos typically are the canary in the coal mine for any kind of downturn, and we're seeing some downward pressure in the condos. Not quite as much in this last quarter as we've seen previously, so it's not quite the real concern, but we are certainly in a downturn, a downswing in the market. With the single family homes, we're at about 1.125 million as our median price. That's a little bit low for Kailua, so we are seeing some of that downward pressure. So what does this mean for the buyer? It means that we've got a buying opportunity, which is great news for buyers. For sellers, not as much. So if you don't have to sell, it might be a good time to hold your single family home for sure. We're also seeing a slightly slower market in the condos in the sense of time on market. So you put your house on the market, how long does it take to get that sold? We've seen a slight slowdown in condos, but in single family homes, we're seeing a 15-day increase in that average time on market. So that's 2 more weeks than you would otherwise expect in Kailua. So that's a significant slowdown in Kailua and indicates a buyer's market coming up, or currently a buyer's market. I wanted to also mention very quickly here at the end that we have an interesting development with the VA loan purchase. So in the past, if you're buying a home with a VA loan, you had a limit in terms of how much of that purchase you could finance. You could finance 100% up to $726,000. That's great, but it kept a lot of military buyers in the condo market. Now, starting January 1 and for 2 years, from January 1, 2020 until January 1, 2022, we have this new VA loan program where there is no loan limit. So here's what that means. If you are an O2, O5, something like that, or you're pairing together with an E5, E6, these are military ranks that military folks will recognize, then you have the opportunity to get into a home with 0 money down, no loan limit. So if you can qualify for a $2 million home purchase, you can do that with no money down now, at least as of January 1. So with this pairing of the new VA loan program and the slowdown in the market, veterans have a seriously, crazily good opportunity to purchase a nice home in Kailua.